All right. I had suspected that overnight we may end up rallying to the top of the channel, but unfortunately, since I took so much money out of my account yesterday to pay the rent, which by the way, I only just now got paid, so I've sent the money out to pay the rent, which means I didn't need to take the money out after all. It just completely was unnecessary, considering how long it takes for TD Ameritrade to transfer the funds anyways. So I'm just frustrated. Had I kept my money, had I gone long yesterday, although, yeah, I probably would have gone long yesterday, and if I had, I would have taken the retest. Um, I don't know if I would have taken the retest with the intent to swing it, but if I did do that, this would have been a pretty good result. And if if this breaks out of this channel, this should rally pretty hard. Unfortunately, um, fine. Um, if this does rally, I'm not quite sure how far this will go. This will be resistance here, but I don't know how to add a signature block. Oh my God, dude, it's just every day, man. It's do this thing. Okay, but what? How do I do that? You know what? I don't think I've ever had to do a job where on a daily basis I was asked to do something as though I should know it like the back of my hand, and I don't. I don't know how to do this. And I find myself Googling very often how to do things in the PDF and in Excel and whatever, but whatever, man. Um, God, you know what? I'm done. I cannot stand this application. I'm trying to zoom in to have, I basically want this. I want to see this, but no matter what I do, it zooms in. Anyways, I guess it'll have to be like this. If this breaks out, I'm trying to determine how far this would go, but let's go ahead and read Adam Mancini's tweet. Alright, sell the balance of the theme this week and ESF and one underway now. I wrote yesterday reclaim of 4086 triggers to 4099, then 4110. An excellent follow through, almost there. Sorry, as usual, you know how the routine is. I have to consistently adjust these levels over and over again because they're wrong. They're always wrong. In fact, I could have swore yesterday I checked and this was 4115, but maybe it is. But this definitely is not for, oh, this right here is 4110 or 4111. That's where we are right now, 41112. So, all right, I'll just make that adjustment. That makes too much of a difference right now. Plan today, NFP at 8:30. That's already been taken, done. 4115 next up. Major resistance. Clears, we squeeze to 4113. 4133, I mean. And assuming this is correct, that should be up here. So not a big squeeze, I would say. Well, as usual, a big move occurs and it's during the market when I can't trade. So, all right, so the plan is pretty straightforward, I guess. If we form a demand and we have a strong rejection here, we can take it short. But we'll need this to break below 4088. Then we have 4075. Then we have this trend. And I'm not sure if it'll actually make its way down to the bottom of this channel. If it does on a short that I'm entered in, that would be wonderful. If it doesn't reject from the top of this channel, then we may end up breaking out. Could it be a false breakout? I don't know. But anyways, that's the only plan I can think of right now. If we take a look at VIX for more context, after yesterday, VIX formed that supply. As usual, a good time to go long and SPY is when VIX forms a clean supply like this. And there we go. Now, this is an inflection, not an inflection point, but here's a cluster of confluences here. We have the daily, we have this trend, we have this trend. I think, let me just back it up. Of course, once I do, everything will change. Yep, there it is. So yeah, I don't know which trend we're confluencing. This is the major trend from a few months ago, and this was a trend that we're trapped in for a little over a week. Let's see what it looks like on a 31. I don't know. I don't know what to think, but it looks like we rejected off of that trend from a long time ago. I think I'm going to get rid of this now. Of course, somehow I duplicated it and didn't realize it because Thinkorswim. I wonder if it's time to get rid of this. Well, we rejected from here. I don't know. I'll wait a little bit longer. But yeah, I think going down is going to be a problem. Hold on. Am I seeing a channel anyways? Another channel being formed? I'll wait for it to coalesce a little bit longer. So yeah, I've got nothing from VIX either. It looks like there's a possibility we might have a rejection here or a bounce here, but I'm not sure. And it would be confluent to her, Jesus, to a rejection here. So I don't know. I just gotta wait and see. But unfortunately, I didn't finish the project I had yesterday, and unfortunately, there's some mistakes that were made that now I'm gonna have to try and fix, unfortunately, and that's gonna take I don't even know if I can get it done by the end of it's due by lunchtime today. I don't think I can get it done by that time. And now I gotta send a mass email out to a bunch of people. Humans fascinate me. I can't talk about this case, but if an attorney is doing something for you pro bono for free, and then you call and complain about how the attorney is doing something, it just blows my mind. If an attorney is doing something for me for free, who am I to call and complain about the way they're doing things or the decisions they make? I would think the attorney would know best, but people in Miami are something else, man. They're a special kind of arrogant. So now I got to deal with all of this, and it's gonna be enough that I have a feeling I'm gonna be missing out on big moves when they happen. But maybe if I can try and finish some of this stuff as fast as I can, I think we may have, if we break out of this, we may have a late day Friday rally. But if we break out of it, in fact, we may break out, come back down, retest, and then come back up. I don't know. There's different possibilities. However, again, there is still a possibility that this might just fall. We may reject off of this channel right now. So we'll see. When the bell rings, the move will come, I'm pretty sure, one way or the other. Alright, here we go. On TradingView, it looks like we're already beginning to break out of the channel. Let me increase the size of this. Sometimes it vexes me when I try and lengthen the lines, and it just, I end up losing the trajectory, the original trajectory. All right, let's think about where we would go. I would say 411, but no doubt that's going to be pretty pricey. That's not what I wanted. Jesus Christ, man. 411. No, not that pricey after all. Well, actually, now that I've taken so much money out of my account, actually, if I don't go long now, I won't be able to go long later. Sadly, I only have 47 bucks. It was like 53, but I lost $5 yesterday. That's $5 with the commission, mind you. Yeah, I was just about to click it. I should have. Oh, it's too late now. It broke out from the channel. Should have just went long from the bell. All right, let's see if it comes back down. I doubt it, but hey, look at that. If I could have gotten in right after the bell, although it's unlikely that would have worked, but if I could have put a buy-in at 40 here on the next candle, I probably would have just sold at 60, honestly, at that point. Trying to see if I see a 30-minute demand on my other screen, but I don't. I'm tempted to go ahead and put a buy-in at like 46, 45 and see if it pulls back just enough to pick me up, and then it continues its way forward. Unfortunately, the risk when doing that is if this turns out to be a false breakout of the channel, when it comes back down, it'll come back down probably with force and then fall back in, and then we'll have a strong sell-off. But my gut tells me that's not going to happen. My gut also tells me this is probably not going to pull back enough for me to get in anyways. But you know what? I'm going to do it. 45 buy-in. Actually, I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to put it at 40. Like 42 or something. I don't know. I should have listened to my gut and just gone long at the bell. Yep, there it is. It seems like sellers are trying to push this down, but they're not winning at all. VIX is slowly crawling down. Yeah. Ideally, it would have been good to go long with a couple options, assuming I had my account where it used to be. If I could have got a couple long at 45, would have tried to sell one at 65, but we didn't quite make it there. I'll probably be holding both positions with the sell on one at 65 and then hold on the other one. See how far this can go. Anyways, I'll take this off since it's unlikely I'm going to come back down there. I'll leave the alert there, and I got to finish setting up this email. And there it goes, the final push. We're about 10 points away from Adam's target of 133, 40133. So, yeah, had I taken this long at the bell, one option, I could have gotten in just one. And I'm watching it too as it's going up, and I'm thinking I need to buy in, and I hesitated because every time I hesitate, it turns out to burn me. Had I gotten in at 46, 47, here we go. I would be up almost 30 bucks right now, so almost 100% on this tiny account now I have, and I can set my sell just below 4130, which by the time it gets there, this may be worth, I would guess, about $86, $87, or I can just sell now and get my 30 bucks if I got in at 46. Anyways. All right, my estimate was slightly off. I said we might get to 87. We got to 90. We reached to where I have 130, but of course it's actually 126 on ES because every time I put a level, given a few days down the road, it will always be off without fail, consistently. It is quite incredible, actually. So, but anyways, even if I didn't know this was not 4130, if I put my sell here, this would have been a great play for the day. Had I not hesitated and jumped in when I could have at 40, when I had whatever I could use in my account, I could have set my sell at 87. Let's say I got in at 46. I could set my sell at 87 here and make 40 bucks plus the commission and been done for the day. Bring my account from 47 to 89 or 88. And yeah, that's not far from where I was. Well, actually it is. It's about 30 bucks away from where my account was before I took half of it out. I withdrew half of it out. This would have been a great play. And I should have just done that. You know what I should have done? I should have postponed this nonsense. Because this would have made my day. It would have been in a better mood. But instead, I'm here trying to figure out why this piece of crap Excel is a horrible program. I cannot stand it. But then again, I hate most of computers and programs anyways. I think they're retarded. They're just asinine. But I have a list of people here and their emails, and I don't want the emails to have the hyperlink where you click on them. This computer decides to open up some window to give me a list of different email programs to open when I'm using one already and it's set as default. And I've removed the hyperlink from every single one of these emails. That every time I open the file again, the hyperlinks all come back, except for like one. Oh man, I'm just when I miss a play like this, even though I didn't lose money per se, but I did lose money yesterday, it just irritates me to no end. And so I don't know what makes me more upset sometimes, not jumping into a trade and not making the money I should have made, or um, jumping into a trade and then losing money. This is pretty frustrating. Anyways, I still have so much to do. I can't ponder over this. All right, I just entered at 41 because I'm hoping, this is a hope, that the Bulls can turn this supply around, and it's not a supply, but it might not work. And since this took up most of my account, if this fails, then that's my only trade for today. My hope is that this will continue to the next target, because Adam Mancini said after 4130, he just tweeted now the next target will be 4155. So my hope is maybe I can get a piece of that move, or 4154. I love when I send an email that I'm asked to send, and I send it to everyone on a BCC list, and then I get a reply saying send it to a BCC list. I thought that's what I did, but since Outlook doesn't let me see my outbox, ridiculous, I have no idea if it turned out right. So whatever. Let's see if I can somehow zoom into this. I don't know if this is, of course it's not accurate, but I'm targeting this as my sell if we can push up here, but I don't know if that's the case. We did a retest of this level here, which I have as 4128, but I don't know if it really is. I should just read Adam Mancini's tweet if you can hear me. Fantastic follow through for ES. I posted yesterday reclaim of 4086 would start the squeeze and just clipped 4115 target and so far cleared. 413235 next up, gate to 4154. If long, watch risks and trail stops up now. RSI on the 1 hour overbought. 4155 4099 now support. And this tweet was at 9:41. Unfortunately, VIX is going back up. I know this candle just started, but bulls need to get this above this level. VIX is still going up. Well, I made my trade. I did my effort. I tried. What can I do, man? I mean, I say it all the time. 50% of trading is just luck. You put in a plan, you enter the plan, or you don't enter the plan. And all you can do is just hope that it goes your way. I'm finally seeing red on VIX, but anyways, 41. If we can get to, oh, I see why we're having resistance. We're at 4129. So getting past 4130 is going to be a challenge. God bless, man. Oh God, let's zoom out. Let's see where I can put a sell. 4152. God, I can't. That's just above the 4132 area. Okay, what about 62? That seems more reasonable. Don't know if it's going to make it there though. Or should I not be greedy and just put this at 52? No, I'm going to hold to the plan. We're not that far from my sell. If it can just push just a little bit more. And I do believe Adam Mancini said 4132 was the target. 4132 to 4135. And that's the gate to 4154. Because usually I don't like targeting. Yeah, I should have sold at I don't like targeting the final target. For example, if we open at 4,000, Adam Mancini says we're gonna hit 4,030 first target, and the next target would be 4,080. I want to target the first target because of course there's a high likelihood we'll hit target number one, but there's less likely chance that after that target is hit that we'll definitely hit target number two. So that's my concern. That's why I tend to sell early. But like one person said on my comments, because I'm taking such small positions, I have to kind of hold out a little bit longer. So I have to hope that the Bulls can push this a little bit more. But really, if this can get to at least 40136, I think that should come close to my sell limit. But I may be wrong. I'm basically asking it to go $10 higher on the option. Just a few dollars away from my sell. We're hitting a daily I have on um, ES, which is concerning me, but I'm trying to have faith in Adam's levels. But my daily's at 4135, and that's one of his resistances, or that's his target, to be fair. Something tells me I should just go ahead and sell now and not be greedy. Now that I'm where I am. There it is. I just went ahead and sold at 55. Of course, now that I've sold, watch it push its way up to 62, my original target, finally. But one of the reasons, let me show you what I see on ES here. I have my daily here. I have this trend line here. And that's what's concerning me. Also on the VIX, I glanced at it in the corner of my eye. We're at a daily level for VIX as well. I mean, I'm pretty confident Adam Mancini's he's always right. Well, not always, but enough that I would risk my life in my trades with his levels because I've been following him for 2 years. He's that good. But I do trust my levels to some degree, and I have this daily here, and that's enough to make me want to sell early. I mean, I still got profits, so how much? Not much. But again, for a tiny account, yeah, I increased my account size 23%, and this was a $14 win. It would have been 15 if I could sell at 56, 57. I think I did 55, right? Yeah. But my concern again is this daily here, the daily on ES. There's just too many confluences that say this is probably where you want to sell. If I had multiple positions, I would have sold a majority of my positions and then held a runner. But I don't have that luxury right now. But it looks like I was wrong. There it is. It's pushing. I just got to 58. We'll just need to break below this VIX line, that daily on VIX, and then break above this daily here on ES. Once that's done, that should begin the push to 4155, Adam Mancini's next target, which is 20 points above, which means this option will probably go up to about, you know what, let's look at the original option I wanted for 11. Remember, I said I wanted to get in here when it was like the low 46, whatever, and we just peaked over 100. So that would have been a $60 profit. Well, almost $60 profit for the day. Definitely doubling my account size for sure. Let's go back to what I actually took though, the 412. Yeah, there's a possibility that we may bull flag around 4135 for a bit before pushing higher. But anyways, that's it. That was my whole account. I couldn't use any more. I don't have any more to trade. So the rest of the day, I'm just going to be doing intermittent updates. And I got to finish this project. So I'll win for the day. That's good. It should have been more had I followed my gut and went in longer. I mean, went in earlier. But at least I did finally get in on a slight pullback here. This one here, I should have gotten a little bit earlier. Actually, it was this candle. So this was within this candle that I made that play. But imagine, This is where I got in and made, 15 bucks. If I had gotten in down here and then exited here, 60 bucks. Significant difference. Anyways, hold on. I just wanted to show you. It looks like it might actually pull it. They might actually pull it off. We're at 4135 right now. This got to 58. And it looks like we may break below that daily, but we are breaking below it, so there it is. Once this pops, and once we pop above the daily on ES, are we there yet? Not quite. But once this pops and starts to go, then this is going to probably push past my original sell target of 62 and go even further. Again, it's just a matter of patience, which is one of my two biggest weaknesses with trading right now is my lack of patience in holding the trade and properly entering a trade. So I keep having FOMO thinking it's going to leave me, and then I put my entry higher than I probably should. I should probably put my entry, not probably, what I should start doing is putting my entry a little bit lower, hoping for a better pullback, just to get a little closer to the bottom. I never will catch the bottom, it's impossible, but to get a little bit closer to the bottom, and then I'll have a better position to put my stop loss. Then when I'm in the trade, I need to get into the habit of being patient and waiting, because I've come to learn that when it comes to trading ES, unless you're scalping, you need to wait well over 15 minutes. You might have to wait 45 minutes, even an hour, for it to get to the target where you want it to go. Which is why you want to typically get an at the money or in the money option, or at least one, no more than maybe 2 positions outside of the strike, the at the money position, because theta will kick in during the time you're waiting. But actually, I just started this video hoping to catch this thing jumping up to 66.2, and it looks like that's not happening just quite yet. So we'll say the bulls have a little bit more work to do. But once it hits 62, you know what? I'm going to put an alert just for the fun of it. For the one of those rare times where the above, I'll leave it at 63 and see if this alert gets kicked in. When it does, then I'll start the video and to see what kind of pattern is formed before that final push. I'm guessing we're going to see a little bit of a flag here. So we might see a doji, another doji. We might even dip down to 4132 before we push up a little bit higher. And then when this happens, we should see the break from the daily on on ES and VIX. So let's see. Okay, remember I said that there's a chance that we may need to pull back a little bit. We may make a doji and then we can make our push. If you had more money in the account to make another trade, what you could have done was put your buy-in at 4132 or 4130 and look for a spike and then get in here. So we spike down to 40. So maybe you can jump in at 45, 46, and hopefully the push might be successful. I don't know. It might not be, but we are going down on the VIX, but we just still cannot get past that level, that daily level on ES, that 4135 level. I know it says 4135. Oh no, maybe this is right. No, it's not. Let me zoom in on. Yeah, we got to 4136, so we're peaking above it, but we're just not closing above it. But I think it's inevitable. I think it just takes time and the bulls are going to push forward. But if I was doing futures, which God, I wish I could. Sorry, let me just maximize this. The best time to trade would be at the bottom. I mean, by the way, Adam Mancini's most recent newsletter, he had this channel formed in here, so he doesn't miss anything, man. He's freaking brilliant. Love that guy. We came down to the channel, didn't quite touch it, but that's okay because we have our clear touches here. We know this channel is right. we came down to this important level, 4062, formed a demand. Demand was retested, had a little minor pop, came back down, retested that demand. And Adam Mancini said a reclaim of 4088 would start the squeeze. So this would be an absolutely brilliant spot to jump in with a major position. Empty some of your positions here at 4088, hold the rest, and maybe add to your position as we, we base above 4088, which is a pretty good sign. And then I guess, I'm not sure what caused this pop, but here we have the release of jobs numbers. We had a quick drop below VWAP, but then it came right back up and kept going. I have no idea how much of a profit. Let's say you got in at 4075, I don't know. 4075 to 40135. That is my brain don't math too well, sorry guys. But 135 minus 75 I think is like 65, right? So, and I briefly perused what it's like trading futures, but if I'm not mistaken, it isn't for every 25 cents increase or every dollar increase you get like $25 or something like that. I don't know. If anyone was watching this, if you can comment and let me know what profits one might expect to get buying one position on futures at 4075 and then exiting at 4135. What would that yield them? I am curious. Oh, we did it. It did it. It finally popped past. There it is. There it is. We got to 61. We got to 61. So here's an example where if I had both patience, a big enough account, and the faith in my trading plan, one could have added to their position on this pullback here, and I got ready to sold. Get ready to sell. But yeah, I don't see the point in, if you were in multiple positions, I don't see the point in carrying a majority of those positions. You should have already sold most of your positions by now and had maybe a tiny runner to hope that would push a little bit higher. But there it is. It made it to 60. So if you got in here at 40 and this little pullback here and sold at 60, that's a pretty damn good profit right there, just in this little pullback. So imagine you got in 10 options at 400, sold at 60, made 200 bucks just in this. What is this? Between 1027 and 1038. So 200 bucks. How many people can say they made 200 bucks in 11 minutes? And it will push higher. Now that VIX has dropped and we finally broke that daily, and we finally broken that daily on ES, now it's going to start the final push. So there you have it. For those people that say this is all gambling, come on, man. Everything I said happened. I said that if we break this channel, this is going to push. Is that not what happened? I said that we could reject off of this daily and pop back down and retest the previous level. That is exactly what happened. Our first resistance was 4132, and then we had 4135. We couldn't close above 4135, and we dropped to 4132, retested, popped back up. Now, are we going to definitely make it to 4154, Adam Mancini's final target? I don't know. I would say there's a 65% chance that we will. But there's also a chance that we might come close to it, and then that's it for the day. But again, if you were long earlier, you should be out of most of your positions with a tighter stop loss. We're tightening your stop loss. Anyways, I'm just coming back briefly. There we go. It finally did it. It finally hit 62. In fact, we just hit 65, and I got my alert. So yeah, it did it. It did it. So this option here, we started off. You know what? Let me go back again to the option I originally wanted to get in, the 411. So remember, I wanted to get in when we're low 40s, and see, there it is. Once we got past those resistance lines, now it's really pushing. So this original option, if I had gotten in here at 40 and held, I would already be up. What is this? 80 $80. So that's a 200% profit right there. But let's go back to the 4012. That's what I chose. And I'm here talking about selling at 62. We just tipped out at 72, meaning that if I still held my original option, and instead of selling at 62, I put it, that would have been a $30 profit right there. Now, I would say for sure here at this spot, because of this trend line here and this trend line, this confluence, although let's see if we have something similar on, you know what, let's take a look at TradingView. Let's see what we have in TradingView. All right, I don't have anything up until 4150, which is Adam. There it is. These two lines, that's what I have on SPY, but they're apparently in the wrong spot, or at least just how they look on SPY. But I would definitely be selling here if I had a runner. Oh yes, and now remember this zone? I'm gonna change this back. This was the zone that we fell down from under before. We bounced barely, but then a few days ago, remember we had that very hard sell, and this is the zone that if we're above, bulls are on a bigger picture in control, and we made it over that line, so that area. And you know what? I just realized too, when we pulled back, look where we bounced. Interesting, right? But interesting, I say it, but look, we're getting a rejection at this confluence that I have of these trend lines in SPY. So yeah, this would have been a great day to trade. If I had chosen the 412 strike and started off the day with a couple options, I could have bought 2 options here and held it through. That would have been almost $100 profit. Anyways. All right, midday update. It looks as though 72 was the peak for this option, because it's 412 and we didn't quite make it. I'm just going to switch back to the 411 from originally today. Now, you can see here, let's talk about the MK strategy, or my modified version of the MK strategy. Let's see if I can zoom in without it stretching the thing. You can see here we formed a supply after the rejection of these dual trend lines meeting. Supply was retested, but we never closed above supply, so that supply still is valid. A good entry point probably would have been here. Let's hypothetically take this option short. This is a 411, so let's take 410. But you know what? Being how cheap it is, we could take 411. So let's say we decided to get in on the retest here. And that candle started at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. So let's say we get in here at 85. So we got in at 850. Let me zoom in. And this is 1109. Yeah, so we get in somewhere in this candle and we get in at, let's say, 1109, and we didn't get a great entry. We got in at 90. We'll just do that for now. If this can make its way down to VWAP, there's a good chance this is going to go up to about 105. The thing is, though, backing away from the MK strategy and just focusing on Adam Mancini's levels, this looks very much to me like we're about to build a bull flag. So yeah, we may build a bull flag and then eventually maybe if we make it to the VWAP or just above, and this is going to push higher. Probably. I don't know. I do know the VIX is still going down some more, so this still looks good for the bulls. Anyways. Alright, so like I said, bull flag is being formed. And look, even though we dropped just below the bull flag, we retested previous support 4130, 4128, and then quickly pop back up. And do I still have the put on here? Look at this. Let's go back to our 412 or 411. Look at that. Remember this morning, and I got the alert. This morning I put an alert if this gets below 47, and here it is. We popped right back below, and look, this is an old strategy from Carmine Rosito. Rally, base, rally. Therefore we formed a weak supply, but a demand. And we look at that. If I put the cursor right there, you can see on the right, we bounced right there. Also, previous support. And then we rallied. If we look on the VIX, we bounced off of this support that's now resistance, and we're coming back down. On ES, again, previous support becomes, our previous resistance becomes support, we bounce back up. I didn't draw the bull flag here, but you can see it on SPY. So this is going to push up soon. So if you had gotten in at the bottom of the flag or the retest of this support, you could have gotten in the low 40s, mid 40s, even if you got in at 50. Look at that. It almost went up to 80. So even if you didn't get the breakout of the flag, this is a nice scalp right here. Sorry, I just showered and shaved, and I gotta get a new razor because this thing is, it feels like I just showered, I just rubbed my entire body with poison ivy. So yeah, that's my update. This is pretty neat. It's a pretty straightforward day, to be honest. I just wish I had a large enough account to take advantage of all of these moves. With a large account, I wouldn't even hesitate to go long this morning. Scaled out, gotten in back again at this retest, and I probably would scale out at 80 and then hold a couple of runners if we break out of the bull flag, which I think is going to happen. So yeah, man, pretty straightforward day. Alright, as you can see, like I said, everything's pretty clear-cut, straightforward. We broke out of this descending channel that we've been in for the past week. And this was an indication to go long from the get-go. If I had gone long with this option like I had planned, I could have sold here somewhere, making above almost $80 of profit. Then we came back down, retested. Here's the irony. Here's what's trippy about theta. The lowest point here on this option started here at 408.64. Then we had a pullback at 410.20, something like there, around there. Yet this little pullback in this bull flag caused this option to go back down to pretty much where it started this morning. And once we retested the bottom of this bull flag slash level slash VWAP and recovered, this is where you would definitely want to get in. So we've gone from 40 to over $100, and we're on our way now to meet up with Adam Mancini's level of 4150. So yeah, it's all pretty straightforward. Pattern forms, we break from the pattern, form a new pattern. In this case, a bull flag. We break from the bull flag and we're back up again. Let's take a look at where we are on TradingView. to get an idea of how far we might go. So yeah, Adam Mancini's goal of 4150 is complement with this trend line I have. You know what? This is getting kind of annoying. This is one of those days where it's just constant busy work, and I haven't had much chance to. I haven't even eaten. I just been sipping my smoothie while sitting at the desk working. Um, we may stop here. We may stop here. So it's one of these two. But still, this swing here would have been a beautiful play. The bounce off of the bottom of this channel, and we play it to see if we swing to break through the top. So yeah. And ironically, I don't have it updated, but this is pretty close to the 50 DMA. So oh well. At least I got a tiny piece of this move. I wanted to share, now that I'm actually caught up with everything, I think, unless I screwed something up, but I wanted to share a little epiphany I had. I decided to look at the original option, not the original, the option that I actually traded. The original I couldn't afford, even on the pullback. Actually, I can't afford anything, period. I'm only have like $5 up to my account right now to trade with. But what I found fascinating is that I'm beginning to realize that something that Adam Mancini says many times, two things he says. One, you're never going to catch the top. You're never going to catch the bottom. Two, well, this is still part of one. I'm sorry. So part one, one sub B is your goal is to just catch a piece of the move. But of course, you have to know where it's going to go. So you have to be able to see these patterns and discern when to enter a trade and when to exit. That's a difficult part. No, it's not, because this leads me to point number two. Point number two is I've often stifled myself from taking trades like I did this morning because I have this one-dimensional binary view of I need to enter here and there only. And this morning I had the wherewithal when I couldn't get in at 411 because it went beyond what I could afford on my account, that first candle, and then switched to the next option at 412 and get in, I think, at a pullback. I think I waited for a little bit of pullback here and I entered in this candle, so 10 o'clock. So about here, when did I buy exactly? At 9:59. So at 9:59 I entered here, somewhere here. 9:59 is where I entered here at 42. I was hoping for a pullback to 41, but it didn't quite happen, so I got in at 42. So they must have filled me. You know what? Interesting. If I got it at 9:59, this tiny little candle's when I got in, and somehow they gave me the top of the candle. But anyways, I got in at 42, and then, you know, as you remember, I sold like at 55, so somewhere in this blob. Of course, I could have held and sold at 72, but again, that's the problem. I have to stop thinking about catching the bottoms, the very bottoms, and selling at the top. Still, though, it is helpful to try and catch the very lower edge of the bottom if you can. That way you can give yourself more leeway for a stop loss, if that makes sense. Still, it's also good to try and figure out where the top would be so that you can maximize your profits and not sell early like I often do. But the best way to do that, and here's the other lesson that I'm slowly starting to learn, I guess this is number 3, is get a big enough position so you can scale out of the position, even if that just means just 2 options. So this is a perfect example of how that could work today. And we're 3 points away from 4150. We're almost at Adam Mancini's target. So we've made a new high for the day, and mind you, if we got in down here at 40, 45 where I set the alert, that's almost $100 profit right there, just on one option. Anyways. Alright, one last update until before the market close. I'll just do one more update after that, but I'm pretty fed up here. I'm realizing after the fact that if I had, no, you know what? I don't know. I was gonna say if I had held my original position, but I got in at 42. I would have to be willing to be almost completely in the negative when it got down here. No, you know what? No, I'm not upset. I traded right today. What just frustrates me is that I took money out of my account when I didn't need to, or I did need to, but it wouldn't make a difference because it took so long for these people to send me. It's been 2 days and I still don't even have the funds. So if I still had those funds in my account, I could have gone long again. And look at this. This is a clear-cut, beautiful, perfect bull flag, which let me get this off the screen now. Perfect, beautiful bull flag, retesting VWAP, retesting previous level, retesting a minor's demand zone, and just popped off. And here's the late Friday rally. Target was supposed to be 4155. We're at 4154 right now. And this option I got in at $42 is now worth over $100. The original option that I should have gotten into is now worth almost $200. So again, if I had my funds in my account, I could have gone long 2 options earlier today, sold one, made $80 profit, just held on to the other one, and wait, actually, now that I think about it, I had enough that I could have added to my position down here at the bottom of the bull flag, because 40 times 3 is 120. Yeah, I had enough to add an additional position and let this run up. And this, if this hits 4155, this is going to be worth $200. So I got to put my sell limit at 200. There it is, 200. So what's 200 minus 80? Or let's say 50. Let's say I got on that 50. So that's an additional $300 profit that could have been made. Today was one of the most clear-cut trading days I've seen in a long time. Everything just fell into place perfectly. Even someone like me, a rookie, could have made quite a bit of money today. And this is, I'm going to add to my previous video, this is epiphany number 4. The notion that you should trade every single day and with the expectation that you'll make profit every single day is unrealistic unless you're someone like Adam Mancini, who's got 25 plus years of experience. Or is it 20 years? I think he started before 2008. So yeah, over 20 years of experience. Or about 20 years. Anyways, even a rookie like me could have seen the opportunities today and made these trades. But yeah, I only got a chance to make one trade. I don't think I sold too early. I mean, I sold at 55 and it went as high as 72, but it took a while. But what can I do? Days like these aren't very often, but when they occur, you got to take advantage of them, or at least learn from them. Let's take a quick look at VIX and see where. Yeah, it looks like we might make our way to this daily. Maybe. Anyways, I just had to step back in and look at this. Remember I said we just hit 200? Because we're in the money now, because this is 411. I mean, we're now at 413. Once you're in the money, the profits increase exponentially. It just hit 248. 248. I'm telling you guys, look, if you had entered this morning, exit some of your positions, you see this thing make a bull flag, you decide, you know what, I have confidence this is going to pop back up. I'm going to re-enter and add in. Or let's say you exited all your positions just to make it a simpler experiment, and you got in here at 50 for 100 options at $5,000, right? And you set your target to Adam Mancini's 4155, but you decide you're going to set it up a little bit higher because we're about to hit, nope, there it is, 4160. We're about to hit $250. So let's say hypothetically, while I'm talking, it probably will hit 250. You get in at $50 option, 100 for 5,000. You sell here, you would have just made $20,000, right? Unless I'm not mathing. I'm not mathing as I normally do. I don't normally math anyways. You get in at 5,000, whatever. This is at 250 times 100. Yeah, you would have made $20,000. $20,000 between 1250 and 250. Again, $5,000 down, $20,000 profit. How many people can make $20,000 in 2 hours? It is a beautiful thing if you can master it. It really is. Quick update. I said that we're definitely going to hit 250, and not only did we hit 250, but we peaked and hit 271. On ES, I probably should show you this. On ES, we got right to this trend line that I have here. This, if I recall, was the bottom of the, let me increase the size of this chart. This is the bottom of the channel, I believe. I know it's going to look messy here. I apologize. This green channel that has encompassed much of April. We lost it, which started the big sell. We tried to reclaim it, but failed, and then continued to another sell. And now we've crawled all the way back, and it looks like on the 515, we're rejecting right off that channel. So bulls are in control, but if bulls can regain this, this will be very, very good. So anyways, you can see here, this was a pretty straightforward day. Broke out of the channel, the descending channel that started this week, and we're back onto the channel that has encompassed much of April. Well, I don't know about much of April, but you know what I mean.